What is up, everybody? We took a break and we are back. Welcome back to yet another episode of the Protect Our Queens podcast presented by the Give Us a Shot Network. And we have a good one in store for you today. College basketball returned last night and it was great. A lot of great games on yesterday. Clay Travis is an idiot. And once again, we have another great guest in store for you later on in the show. So please stay tuned for the one and only Amiyah Ferguson. I'm ready. Martin's ready. Let's talk some women's basketball, man.
Protect our queens.
No matter what it takes, we must protect our queen.
I just love playing the game. It's fun.
I'm reacting on what the defender does.
There is no shot on the floor that she can't hit.
Yeah, I think I've always just been able to get downhill. So I've sort of prided myself on that.
I know what I'm doing. Like, people can't tell me I'm not doing the right. Like, I've been taught the right way.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Groovy about that intro today. I don't know what it is, man, but what's up?
It's a groove. It's definitely it's a groovy vibe.
Yeah, good weekend, good week off.
Absolutely. Back again, another week, new energy, new money.
Yeah.
Another
Did you do anything for Halloween while we were away?
Halloween? I just turned 34 years old. There's nothing to do for me with Halloween.
You never know, man.
With no kids. Now I'm 34 with no kids. So all I had to do for Halloween was support my niece's costume choices.
Okay. What were the costume choices?
Let's see. One took the scary route. My oldest niece, what was she? Chucky or one of those. I don't know when she got into horror stuff, but yeah, she's 12. And then my 8-year-old niece was I forget what she chose. I think it was something scary too. I don't know where this came from.
Yep.
What about you? What do you do? You have Halloween's obligations?
I worked on Halloween. No, I didn't. I watched all the kids at work come in with different costumes. You had one kid come in as it was a very elaborate costume. I don't know what it was, but it was very elaborate. Like he was very excited about it. I thought it was an anime character, but it wasn't. It was like some cartoon character, but it was done really, really well. Like, I don't know how he convinced his parents to put in all the effort for his costume. It was a really good costume. Like, it was a very elaborate.
People invest a lot of time and energy into that stuff, man.
Yeah, clearly. Speaking of investing time and energy into things, as you guys should know by now, Martin and I love trolling the trolls, and the ultimate troll, Clay Travis. And what he is saying is a clip that is from an episode of his show or whatever that he did back in February. It went viral recently, the past couple of weeks, where he basically said in the original clip that he would take any high school boys state championship team to beat whoever the WNBA champion is clean at a basketball game. At the time, he said that in February. He doubled down on it not long after the clip went viral again and said he would actually bet $1 million that high school boys basketball team of his choosing would beat the current WNBA champion Las Vegas Aces. Pat Bev responded. A lot of other people responded. Chelsea Gray called him a dumbass on Twitter. A lot of other people called him all types of other things. But Martin, what was like your initial reaction when you saw the whole Clay Travis thing?
I mean, it's like I don't really know what the point of this is, really. I mean, I know we have idiots and just people. I don't want to go too deep into. I don't really care about Clay Travis enough to like wonder about why he's even spending time, like why he's even offering takes like that. My cousin sent me this story the other day and asked me if I heard about it. I'm like, yeah, I'm about to address it on our show this Tuesday. But he was like, he was just like, yo, why do people just hate women? He's like, that was his kind of response. He's like, why is it that it seems like people just seem to hate women and hate women playing basketball? And you know, in his case, it may not be like he hates women. I don't know if he's married. I don't know. Like, I don't know or care. So like, he may not have to hate women, but this is a clear example of someone, Marcus, who we talk about, where he clearly doesn't really love basketball. He clearly doesn't appreciate the game of basketball in a sense where, like, what's the point of even bringing this up to say, like, why are you spending time trying to denigrate the WNBA and women's like the WNBA in particular. Like what's the point of that? Now I can get into some specifics. I'll give you kind of my take afterwards, but give me what was your reaction? I mean, I know we both know we it's just idiotic in general. I do have what was your reaction?
First of all, we're talking about one of the greatest teams ever assembled in the WNBA up against a high school basketball. I mean, I think this is just another example of, and I think we talked about this on the show before. And I think I've definitely mentioned it, like in comments at least. Not every sport is for everybody, right? There are some people who don't like football. There are some people who don't like basketball, soccer. Like when it comes to leagues in particular, there is no league in the world really that where like the haters go out of their way to hate more than the WNBA, right? Like there are people who don't like the NFL for reasons unrelated to the product on the field. There are people who don't like soccer or don't like baseball, but like the people who don't like the WNBA or women's basketball in particular, like those are the people who go the most out of their way to post disparaging comments on Instagram or Twitter, say disparaging things like what Clay Travis said. Like it's like they have to make it known that they don't like women's basketball. And it's like, bro, like if you don't like it, that's fine. You cannot like it in silence. Like you don't have to. It's like every time someone posts anything, like whether it's a highlight clip of someone, whether it's like one of those comparisons, like the Diana Taurasi thing we reacted to a couple weeks ago, like it seems like when it comes to women's basketball is the one sport where its haters go out of their way to hate, right? Like you don't see people hating on golf like all the time, but there's people who don't like golf. There's people who don't like baseball, but they're not hating on baseball every chance. Like every time there's a women's basketball post on something or something related to women in basketball, you can count on 25, 50, in some cases, depending on what it is, 100 people in those comments hating. Like we get it. You don't like it. Now go live your life and let the people who do like it enjoy it. Like let us do that.
Yeah, I don't think it's that difficult. And so if I can just get into the weeds just very quickly about what he said. So he did say specifically now this is very relative and subjective, Marcus. So I want to put this out there because we're talking about high school boys basketball, which I actually have had the chance to cover in New Jersey. I covered high school and I've covered around the country high school boys basketball for the last like 4 or 5 years. I don't know. So I'm pretty familiar with the high school boys basketball landscape. I have covered state champions in New Jersey over the last few years and seen state champions in Pennsylvania, New York, right? So he said a good high school boys basketball team. I don't know where that lies on the scale. Are we talking about Montverde good, IMG Academy, or are we talking about, Rutgers Prep or Camden, because I have either way. Now, I'll go all the way to the top. Takes, Sierra Canyon or what. I don't know if they're considered the top high school, but just go ahead and take them with Bronny, like Bronny's team last year or whatever, against the Aces.
Sure.
That's like a high level high school boys basketball team against the Aces. My basketball opinion, for one, and let's go back to his quote. He said he used the word wash. Like he didn't just say beat.
Yeah, he didn't just say beat. He
wash.
said wash,
meaning like it wouldn't even be a game. Like they would run them off the floor. Mm-hmm. In my opinion, humble basketball opinion, I'm pretty sure that would just be like a really good game. Like I think the boys would compete. I think the women would wear them out, but I don't really know who would win. But I know for one thing, I'm not thinking that when I think about how that would look, that's not a wash, bro. And you would have to have been a male who has played against high level women before in like an up and down full court setting. I don't know if Clay Travis has ever done that before, played against an actual woman who can actually hoop. Until you've done that, you may not really know how to gauge what high level women against against not even high level men, high level boys would even look like, and look, high level boys, look, the high school boys these days are doing all kinds of stuff. They're highly advanced. They're very athletic.
But also like a lot of these women, and in most cases, especially the ones that like at the high level, like they've played against boys at some point in their life, not even from like the practice standpoint, because like we see all the time, a lot of these women on college level, in the pros, they are practicing against other men, like men in their same age, men at their so So there was a clip, and I know you sent it to me on Twitter. There was you sent it to me from Twitter. There was a clip of some show talking about like the biology aspect of it. And like that, to me, that's super lazy because, okay, like the average man, sure, stronger than the average woman, right? But we're still talking about grown women versus high school boys, like grown women who more than likely at one point in their life were probably, when they were in high school, more than likely destroying the high school boys that they were playing against when they were in high school. Like it happens all the time. I think, again, like it's super lazy. It's not based in any fact whatsoever. And for him to go as far as to say not just wash, but for him to go as far as to say that it would be the most watched women's basketball game ever, that to me is also like, no, it wouldn't be. No, it wouldn't be. There's a lot of
weird. Like it's weird behavior. Who would even want to like support something like? No one's trying to see. No one's like. And he's like, yeah, no one's responded to me. The NCAA hasn't said anything. The WNBA, no, bro, no one ever. We're just gonna throw you back. Like, I'll put up $1 million. Nobody wants your money. Your little stupid petty money. Like just to see something that we don't need to see. Like who cares? We're not interested in that.
We're not. What we are interested in though is college basketball. College basketball is back. There were a lot of great performances over the course of the day yesterday. Who was like the one for you yesterday?
Man, I mean, I definitely want to shout out Colorado for beating LSU. Big upset, first game of the season. Really mortalizing the defending champion, number 1 seed off the rip in the first game. I was kind of dipping into that game, watching a little bit towards the end, and it was really impressive what I was seeing from there, from that game, and like it just speaks to what we're going to be getting from this season in women's college basketball. Like the talent across the board is just nuts, including the girl we got coming up that we're going to be talking to. I mean, at all levels, there's all kinds of great talent right now. But of course, I'm going to have to say Hannah Hidalgo. I know Notre Dame lost by 30 to South Carolina, but she set the record for a freshman in her debut game at Notre Dame, had 31 points. I talked about it, reacted to the game on my show today, and gave some thoughts there. But I mean, I was just super impressed with, and obviously no Olivia Miles. They really require that kind of like activity out of her. I'm kind of concerned that they need their freshman, who's already their best player, to take over 20 shots to even compete. But I do like that she's getting that experience and that volume right away. She's earned it. She deserves it. And you know how I feel about her. She's special. I've been telling people for years, and now the world knows. But I mean, 31 points in your first college game against South Carolina.
Yeah,
that's Hannah.
Yeah, I started before the later games. I was like convinced after that game that I was most impressed with Milaysia Fulwiley, not just because of how crafty she is with the basketball and that crazy finish she had coming down the court, pushing the ball by herself. But then I watched USC play basketball, and I watched Juju Watkins have the best debut for a freshman in USC women's basketball history since Lisa Leslie, which that was also a great game. And she's also like, there's no wrong answer here. Like there's so much to be proud of. There's so much to like enjoy. Like I was shocked that Colorado beat LSU, because with what LSU was doing in preseason, you're like, oh, LSU's gonna like mop the floor with everybody. And then they lose first game of the season to Colorado, which obviously caught the attention of Shaq and Candace Parker, because they both went into the locker room after the game and kind of gave them their props. But I mean, and I say this not just because I'm a fan of South Carolina, but yesterday was a wonderful indication, and you mentioned it. They were without Olivia Miles. I get it. But South Carolina proved yesterday, like Dawn Staley said a couple days ago in her interview, that this is not a rebuild season at all for South Carolina. Like we've done this a lot with South Carolina. Like their best player or their like top player will leave, and then you'll think, oh, they're rebuilding, and then you forget like the fact that they still have so much talent on the bench that just didn't get it, that like just like wasn't able to see the floor that much because of all the talent they had before. Like this is not, and I tweeted it from our POQ account, and I'll say it again. Like if anyone thinks this is a rebuilding year for South Carolina, like you're in for a rude awakening. Like this is not This is not a team that's going to be struggling to win basketball games. This is going to be a team that, as they've always been, is going to be right in the thick of things as it pertains to being potentially one of the best teams in the country, as it pertains to making a deep run come March, as it pertains to winning a national championship, because they have a really good head coach, they have a really good culture, and they have a lot of talent on that basketball team. And again, Notre Dame, no Olivia Miles. I got that. Obviously, that explains why they lose. They win that game by 30. Olivia Miles is there. They don't win by 30. But that's a lot of talent on that basketball team. And they proved yesterday that this is not a rebuild. This is just, we're just about to look different. But we're still going to be as dominant and as great as we have been from prior years. That's what I thought.
A lot of the same stuff we're used to seeing. I mean, Camilo Cardoso is stepping in and filling the void in more of a primary role where they're like really hunting her, going to her. She had 20 and 15. I mean, she's the biggest target out there, and her hands and her feet are just phenomenal. So you can play through her. So they're still playing the high-low game. They're still rim running. They're still long and active. Like, they're still the same South Carolina. But like I said on my show today, they look way more dynamic. The additions of Milaysia Fulwiley, and like I said in response to that to our Twitter, if you thought they were rebuilding, you weren't paying attention in the offseason, because Pow was a huge pickup in the portal. That's a huge pickup on the perimeter to add to Raven Washington. And then you've got Milaysia Fulwiley, maybe the most dynamic guard, not just freshman, one of the most dynamic guards in the country, coming off the bench. Dawn has retooled the perimeter game, and the front court is still intact. You've got Chloe Kitts playing more minutes now, Ashlyn Watkins, Sakima Walker, who people still don't really know about, but she's still there for them off the bench. South Carolina looks really good. They look Elite Eight, Final Four ready. They're still very much right there. Absolutely.
And I just want to say this real quick, and I texted this to Martin, and Martin laughed at me, but I mean it. There's one thing I'm most excited about for this college basketball season. It's the return of Paige, because as I explained to Martin, Paige being back on a basketball court this season is going to hit harder than crack in the 80s. It's going to be great. It's going to be a great thing to watch. And I think she's going to remind everybody, I know she's going to remind everybody just exactly who she is. I think if we talk about there's a lot of people who forgot like who Paige was because of what we saw from like Caitlin Clark and because of what we saw from Angel Reese. No disrespect to those ladies. They're great. But Paige is still Paige. And we have to remember that when she's healthy, she's not even one of. She is the best basketball player in the country when she's healthy. And she's I just can't wait. I really just can't wait to see.
Well, I can't wait. I need to look at schedules and see what matchups we have, because do we have Paige versus Caitlin? I want to see another Paige versus Caitlin matchup. I need to look at some schedules and circle some dates, because that's what I don't just want to see Paige. I want to see Paige against certain people. She's already going to the right foot finish down the lane, up and under. Yeah, she's back. She's definitely back in full swing. You can already tell.
It is. I can't wait. It's gonna be good. I know they play NC State on Sunday, which I think is gonna be a great game. And they played Maryland.
Yeah, but I'm talking like I need Caitlin.
I know you're talking like you want some heavy.
I want that. Yeah, because I think that's what she wants. That's what I want to see.
She deserves it. Yeah, she deserves it. Can you please do the honors? Well, they played Notre Dame on January 27th. Yeah,
that's what I'm talking about.
And they play South Carolina in February too. So yeah, those are the only two. Those are the big ones. But can you please do the honors of introducing our guest for tonight?
Yeah, let's bring on Miss Amiyah Ferguson, freshman guard at Cal North Sun. She just had her first college game last night, 18 points, 6 assists off the bench. We are excited to talk to our young queen right here. Marcus, we got to protect the young queen, Miss Amiyah Ferguson. What's going on, Maya? How you doing?
I'm doing good. How are y'all?
We're doing well, girl. How so I watched some footage. I saw some film. I saw what happened last night. Utah State, you put it on them. Threes in transition, lefty, up and under, like just getting right to it in your first game. Tell us what was going on. Talk to us about your first college game and how it felt last night.
It felt great. Coming off the bench, I just wanted to bring another level of energy and competitiveness. So I was just trying to get to it.
No, that's right. Now, Amiyah, you are from South Carolina, correct?
Yeah.
How did you get to California, girl?
So originally I was committed to Temple, but my coaching staff that I committed to got let go. So I opened back up my recruitment. The staff here got my film, came on an official visit, and it just felt like home.
Wow. Well, Temple is still Philadelphia. That's still a ways from South Carolina. So were
Yeah.
you trying to go far away, or were you just feeling out who was interested in you along the way?
I'm really just figuring out like where I was getting the most interest from and where I fit best.
Wow, interesting. One thing we did see and learn about you is that you have or had, I don't know if you still have this, but at one point you had a 4.2 GPA. Is that
Yeah.
still the case? So you smart, girl. You smart.
Yeah.
Smart. So, one thing I would like to know is, and we'll get into basketball and talk some more stuff, but what other things are you interested in besides basketball?
Besides basketball, I love reading, journaling, shopping. I love online shopping and hanging out with my family.
Really? Journaling.
Yeah.
What journaling has always been kind of a thing for you?
Recently since I got to college, just journaling about how my day is going and just how I want it to go. It's been good for my mental.
That's good. That's good. I've been trying to get into a little journaling. My mentors have been trying to, get me to get into all the things, journal and all. I'm like, bro, give me one thing at a time. Affirmations and self-talk. I'm like, bro, one thing at a time, bro. I'm sticking with meditation and yoga for now. I'll get to the other stuff later. But that's great. That's wonderful.
So you like to read and you have a 4.2. God, my family would love you because I didn't have a 4.2 when I was in school.
Please, you're not going to do that. We're not going to compare now.
Did you? So what are some of your favorite books or like things like to read? I don't know.
Really, I love motivational books. Yeah.
You reading something right now?
No, not right now. I'm about to.
What's the last one you just put down?
The last one, Fervent.
Oh, what's that about?
It's just about like different, like your prayer life, just controlling your emotions. Yeah, different. Yeah.
Yeah, one fervent. Now fervent prayer. Marcus.
Yeah.
We church going people over here, sis. We listen. We talk the talk.
Yeah. When you're a PK, you hear the word fervent prayer a lot.
You already know. You know what it is. Maya, you're not a PK, are you?
No, I'm not. My grandma's a pastor.
Grandma.
Martin, that explains the Clark sisters thing we were talking
That's
about.
where I was going. That's where I was going.
That explains the Clark sisters thing the other day.
Amaya, we were reading up on you and we're reading your interests. And I mean, I see, and I'm paraphrasing. I can't remember exactly, but it went from like Lil Baby, Future to
Michael B. Jordan on there.
Somehow the Clark sisters crept up in there. I'm like, what does she know about the Clark sisters? Do you listen to the Clark sisters?
Yes, I love the Clark sisters.
Get out of here. Name 3 songs by the Clark sisters.
3 songs: Living, Blessed and Highly Favored, and You Brought the Sunshine.
That's a great song. That's a great song.
For sure.
That song got some oomph to it. That's a good song. That's a great song.
Amaya, during the pandemic, my mom did a virtual series that I produced where she interviewed different moms. It was called When Mothers Pray, and it's on YouTube. One of the guests that she interviewed was Karen Clark Sheard.
Wow. I would have went crazy.
Yeah. You a Clark sisters fan, huh? You going to shows and everything, huh?
Yes.
How did that start though? Because like that's not that's like the Clark sisters are great, but they're also not our generation.
Yeah. I also love Kiera Sheard also, so I think that's really how I got into it. Yeah, so
that's my girl. That's
my
great.
mom loves the Clark sisters, so that's
so is it safe to say you listen to gospel before games? Is that your vibe or no?
Yeah, it depends on what game it is. Depends on what game it is. Yeah.
Ooh, talk to us about that. Unpack that a little bit. Like let's say
I need to get hype. I'll listen to my Lil Baby, Meek Mill, different songs like that. But if I just need to like chill, calm down, I put on my gospel just to relax my mind.
So is that based on the game or just based on like how you're like is it the game or just like how you're feeling? Like what's a game where you feel like you need to get more hype? Or what's a game
it's definitely depending on how I'm feeling. Like if I'm already feeling like up and hype, I might need to calm it down a little. And if I'm just like too chillax, then yeah, I'll listen to some Lil Baby to hype me up.
She puts the Clark Sisters on. She can repent before she on it back.
Perfect.
That's that. Yeah, that's what that is. So I want to go back to high school for just a second. Because me and Martin, we spent some time. We did some digging, as we always do, trying to figure out, trying to learn more about who we have on. And I noticed something about your high school career was very, very, very great. Really good high school career, from like winning regionals to winning. It was a lot of winning. What was like the highlight of your high school career?
Definitely my junior year winning the region championship. That was our first region championship since 2011. It was like 11 years later. So that was huge for the city. So that's definitely a high.
Wow. What's the city where your high school is in, Maya?
It's in St. Stephen.
St. Stephen, South Carolina. Yeah. My mom is from Sumter, South Carolina. Do you know?
Okay, yeah.
You know Sumter?
Yeah.
All right now. Excellent.
This is 3 weeks ago with Low.
Yeah, man. South Carolina. Sumter holds clout in South Carolina, apparently. Yeah, it holds some weight down there. That's fire. Maya, talk to us a little bit about how your love for basketball started and then like continued to develop, like the real love for the game. Like where did that come from?
Really my dad put the ball in my hands, and then just growing up, always playing with my brothers and in rec league. I don't know. I feel like in my family, everybody just hoops. And even where I come from, everybody hoops. Like we all hooping at the park. So I think that's where it came from. Wow.
Your dad hooped, I'm assuming.
Yes, he did.
That's fire. How many brothers do you have?
I have 2 older brothers.
Okay. Those are only siblings?
Yeah.
Wow. Excellent.
How often do you beat your brothers and your dad in basketball?
Ooh, a lot. I don't take losses.
Ooh. Like, I mean, did it take time though? I mean,
it definitely did. It definitely did.
And then once it clicked, it was over?
Yeah. Once it clicked, it clicked.
When's the last time you played your dad one-on-one?
Ooh, my dad. It's been a minute. It's been a minute.
Young
Probably like freshman year.
How bad did you beat him?
Skunk.
And what about your brothers? Is it like, are they equally good? Is one better than the other? Like how are your brothers?
Yeah, they're equally good, but one is still playing more than the other. So like my oldest brother, like we be at the gym on Sundays, killing everybody. If somebody does get a win on us, if they feel like they won a natty. Like
that's how I used to feel going to the gym with my sister. Yo, when I was young, she used to take me up to LA Fitness for the runs. Boy, we used to run them boys off the court. That joint was the best feeling, dog. Everything. Hey, so Maya, do lefties run in your family? You're a lefty, right?
Yeah.
All right. Who else? Do you have more lefties in the family?
Just both my brothers are lefties.
Oh, neither parents are lefty.
No,
you got that lefty vibe too, girl. But let's talk about this lay last night, because that was with the right hand. You went inside hand. Walk me through that play. What was going on there?
I don't know. The biggest thing was just to get downhill. Once I got downhill, I felt like I was too far. Like if I laid it on my left hand, it would have had to be like a hook type. So I just inside hand scooped it.
Hey, what's crazy about that too is that I read that apparently the toughest player you played against was Milaysia Fulwiley. Now, did you play against her in high school?
In AAU.
AAU, gotcha.
Yeah.
Now it's crazy because your play I was looking at the play and I'm like, yo, did she do the same? Y'all had pretty similar plays. Like, I don't know if anyone else peeped that, but I'm like, yo, we about to talk to Maya tomorrow. I know she mentioned she played against Malaysia. Malaysia had the joint in transition around the back, the up and under. I'm watching your joint. I'm like, yo, did she? I'm watching the same play. That's crazy. So what was it like for you playing against her?
It was good. That's my dog for sure. So just going up against her, it was good. Just playing on the AU circuit. It was a bunch of college coaches there. Everybody, South Carolina, Ole Miss, Virginia Tech. Everybody was there. So it was good. My team ended up losing by like 2 or 3 points. They put it out.
Did you play against her only that one time?
Yes.
Okay. What was your impression of her? You obviously knew
Yeah.
of
Just like that's a really talented player. Like I love playing against other people that's just as great as me. So just competing was really fun.
Who are some of those other players that you've enjoyed playing against, whether it's been high school or at any level, really?
Ooh, I'll say Trinity Vance. We're in the same AU team, but like in practices, like just going at it every time we step on the court, that was big too.
And how about you want to give any of your teammates love, or any girls that are in your league or in your conference that you know or played against, like on other teams, anyone that you were familiar with coming in?
Coming into CSUN, right?
Yeah.
Really, I'll give a big shout out to my dog E and my other freshman, my roommate Kate. Those my dogs for sure. We be getting active.
Talk about what it's been like just as a freshman, preparing for your first game yesterday. I mean, what's the experience been like for you with the transition from high school to college?
It's been really good. I mean, this off season, I took this off season very seriously. So I was just in the gym trying to get stronger, trying to get better, just trying to get my handles tighter, making sure I'm able to score over bigger defenders. But the transition has been really good. I feel like a lot of people say like the speed and the physicality is difficult, but I think I adjusted to that pretty well. The only adjustment has just been like adjusting to a new coaching staff, figuring out what they like, the way they do things and what they want from me and the team.
Yeah, it didn't look like you were struggling to me at all. Watching them clips, I had to double check. I'm like, wait, they said freshman, right? Freshman. Pulling up a free transition? Lord, did they give her a cheat code or something before? Lord.
So one thing I noticed when we were doing our discovery is, for the most part, except for what looked like one time, your number is 1. And the only time I saw you in a jersey that wasn't 1, you wore 23. Is
Right.
there some significance to the 1? And then is there a reason why for that specific time you wore 23?
When I wore 23, it was just because they didn't have 1. So that's like the second number. That's like another go-to number for me.
But why 1? Like, what is the significance of 1 for you?
1, okay, so my 6th grade year, I started playing basketball AU basketball for South Carolina 76ers. And when the first tournament we went to, we started looking at all the teams in the organization. And so we was watching, and Loyal McQueen was playing. She's at Alabama.
Okay.
And lefty guard, shifty, can get downhill, can shoot the 3. And I was like, I want that number. So ever since then, I've just been wearing it. So yeah, she's definitely been an inspiration and someone I look up to.
Oh, wow. That's dope. Amiyah, let me ask you something a little bit personal. We posted, a flyer of you, and your hair was long and black, and I was looking, I'm looking at your videos and I'm like, I almost had to text Marcus, like, do we have the right, is this the same, do we get the right picture? And I don't have any experience in this area, so just feel free to educate me on what I'm asking you. But sometimes I struggle because I'm looking at the pic. I'm like, is that a Maya? You have some different options. So talk to us. You need options in life. So talk to us about your hair options and lifestyle.
So yeah, so for media day, I didn't want to wear my locks, so I just got a lace front.
Right. Break that down. Break that, because what goes into that? What's the thought process? I mean, because I don't know what Marcus, you can't relate either. So I'm just interested. What all goes into that? Media day is important.
Yeah.
It's important. So how do you decide what goes into that?
I just wanted to come different. I wanted to step different. When I walked in, people were like, Amiyah, and I was like, yeah, that's exactly the reaction I wanted.
Wow. It's like I'm fascinated by people who can pull off different looks. I mean, that's it's very interesting. Then you got so the lock. Is this like this is for the season? Are you keeping this look for the season? A lot.
Yeah.
Okay. Cool. All right. Okay.
How long have you? How long have you had locks, Maya?
A year and 1 month.
I wasn't expecting Martin to ask a question about your hair. I'll be honest. That wasn't on my.
That was a personal thing. I needed.
Usually, there's a lot of times we ask questions that aren't on the agreed upon list, and sometimes they're within reason. I wasn't expecting this. We do like to have fun on the show. We do like to play games on the show. There is a game that we've played with 2 guests previously. We're going to put 30 seconds on the clock. The record, I believe, is 7. Diamond Johnson got 7 on our last show. So Amiyah, we're going to give you 30 seconds to name as many basketball players as you can whose first name starts with the same letter as your first name.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
Martin, you can give her a countdown, and I'll keep track of the number.
Got it. All right. Ready? 3, 2, 1, go.
All right. Andre Iguodala, Andrew Wiggins, Alicia Clark, Arike Gumbawali. Ooh. Who else? Alicia Clarendon. Ooh. Dang. The heat is on.
5 seconds.
Dang, 5 seconds. Oh my God. The pressure is real.
Time's up.
We got 5. So we got 5.
That was a good start. She went NBA and WNBA. So I thought she was about to run the table.
Yeah.
I thought everybody get a good one.
I thought she was about to run the table. She said two guys, 2 girls. She Enrique, Alicia Clark. I'm like, oh, she's about to go crazy.
Yeah. He's a good letter though, like for basketball player. Like, he's just a good.
I thought Amen Thompson, the twins. You could add 2. What did Amen?
Right.
You consider yourself. Yeah.
We always do remind that you're yourself. Yeah, that.
I did it last time. That's how she got 7 because she named herself.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. That's supposed to be the freebie. It's like when you're supposed to write your name. In school, like they would tell you, like if you don't write your name. Did you guys ever go through that in school? They would say if you forget to write your name, you automatically fail. Wasn't that like a grade school thing? Did either of you go through that?
So when I was in school, I used to hate that. Right, I used to hate it.
Yeah.
But as you know, I work with kids, and now I understand.
Now you get it.
Now I get it. I've got.
You forget to write their name sometimes, huh? Like it happens.
And it's the most annoying thing when you have 100+ kids and you're trying to keep track of what's what, and someone doesn't have their name on it. It makes it if there's just one person, you can just go off the list and figure it out. But if you got like 2-3 kids that don't put their name on something, then so when I was in grade school, I hated it. But now that I work with kids every day and I have to deal with it every day, I understand.
Amiyah, so we have another one for you. We want to know your top 5 queens right now. So this is just any women in life, basketball players, family, friends, teammates, any women who are giving you that queen energy that you need right now, that motivate you, inspire you. Who would be your top 5 queens right now?
I'm gonna go with my mom, Angel Reese, Asia Wilson, Candace Parker, Sydney Colson.
Oh, slips it in there.
Face of the lead.
Grandma can't get in the top 5 queens?
I was trying to do a lot of basketball. So
okay, all right. I'm not hating. I was just wondering about grandma. Ain't grandma love?
Whenever the face of the WNBA, Sydney Colson, gets some love, I'm here for it.
We're here for that. Absolutely, 100%.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to ask you one more question, Amiyah, because again, I noticed and Martin mentioned earlier, you are a Michael B. Jordan fan, according to what your profile said that we read. Yeah. I don't really know how to ask this question. Most people are Michael B. Jordan fans. Why are you a Michael B. Jordan fan?
Is there a certain reason? Is there an incentive behind your
You are a fan.
you
of
just
Michael.
appreciate his work, or is there more to it?
Yes, I appreciate his work, but he also looks good.
Period. Just to put it out there.
Do you have a favorite Michael B. Jordan movie? Like, what's your favorite Michael B. Jordan movie?
Probably Fruitvale Station.
Oh, I haven't seen that. Have you seen that, Marcus?
I didn't see all of that. I fell asleep while I was watching.
I never saw it.
Not because it was boring. Not because it was boring. I don't want to people. Not because it was boring. It was like it was really late. It was really late at night when I started watching it.
Amaya's a little too cultured for us, She reading books and Fruitvale Station. My first would be Creed. I'm a straight up. You talking about Fruitvale Station? I never saw it. Should I see that, Amiyah? Should I watch that movie?
Yes.
It's like slavery stuff, right? Isn't it a slave movie or something?
No, it's like I think it's more like not really. It's not slavery.
What is it? It's black. It's something black.
Yeah, it is something black, but not slavery.
Not slavery. All right. Well, yeah, the slavery ones I can't always get down with, but yeah. All right. I'll watch it. I trust your judgment. I trust your game. So I trust your judgment. So I'll check it out.
I do have one more question. I just
All right.
As you see, I wear glasses. How many? If you could give me a ballpark, right? I don't know. I was a super clumsy kid, so maybe I'm the only where I had to go to this. How many pairs of glasses have you broken? And as a kid, what was being a kid with glasses like? Because I used to break glasses at least every other month. It just wasn't a good look for me.
I don't know. Probably two max.
Dang.
Yeah. What about you?
My mom literally had to buy me 2 pairs of glasses every time because I was always bound to break at least one of them. I used to sleep my glasses all the time. The screws would get loose on the side. I remember I got hit in the face with a basketball once. Boom. That's why I talk about basketball instead of playing basketball because I couldn't.
Amiyah, do you wear contacts?
No, I don't.
You don't. So can you see?
You don't wear goggles when you play.
No.
Can you see? You can see well enough without glasses?
Yeah.
Are those blue light glasses you have on?
Yeah.
I knew it. Those ain't real glasses. She just did. That's for light. She's not. Those aren't prescription.
No, these are prescription.
You can have
in my right eye.
Light glasses.
They're for the computers and stuff.
Yeah, right. These are blue light glasses.
They are? No, they're not.
Yeah, they are, but they're prescription also.
With the black rim?
Yeah, the rim itself. Those
are blue light glasses for real?
Yes. Any glasses you buy can be blue light glasses. You just have to pay the extra to make it blue.
She has the joints that I have. She has the real.
Martin.
She has the real. You have real glasses. These are not.
But they're blue light glasses, Martin.
They are. They do what these do.
Yeah, my clear glasses I had before when we first started the show were also blue light glasses. They were real. I just paid the extra $15 for the people online to make them blue light.
Wow. Okay. Well, yeah, I wear contacts. I tried to play
for transitionals. Same thing.
Yeah. Well, yeah, I wore contacts because I grew up playing. I tried to play with glasses on and stuff, and it wasn't working. So I switched to contacts. But,
have you ever played with goggles, Amiyah? Or you've always just
No, I can't get with the goggles.
But you're not out there squinting, right? You can see fine.
Yeah, I can see fine.
Do you have astigmatism?
Yeah.
In one eye or both eyes?
In one eye.
Okay. I have one in both my eyes. It's not good.
Really? What's astigmatism?
It's when your eye is shaped like a oval, like a football, like Stewie's head, instead of a circle. Or more elliptical than what it should be. So it's more elongated on the sides. Yeah. I have one in both eyes. So I take these bad boys off.
Really? Yeah, without contacts, everything goes blurry.
When I was a kid, I used to wonder, I don't know if you ever had this, like traffic lights or lights in general, there'd be like the glare.
Yeah.
I thought it was me, but no, that's not. It's because I have astigmatism. I didn't know that. I thought it was special.
Amiyah, are you looking forward to Christmas or Thanksgiving more this year? And why?
I'm going to say Christmas because I have to find somewhere to eat around here for Thanksgiving. Somebody has to cook.
Oh Lord.
So I'm looking forward to Christmas for sure.
What's that looking like? Because Lord, I know you ain't getting South Carolina cooking.
No. And then we come back from our game against Minnesota on Thanksgiving. So
Ooh, Lord, I'm gonna pray for you, girl.
Can you give me just real quick your top 5 Thanksgiving foods?
Ooh.
macaroni, turkey and ham, most def. Collard greens, yams.
I can't get with turkey, but I'm with everything else. No, that's good. That's good. Mac and cheese number 1?
Definitely.
Can you cook, Amiyah? Do you cook Thanksgiving, or do you ever chip in?
No, I let them do the work.
No, we here for the eats. Yeah, we here for the eats.
Let the professionals do the work.
Yeah, for food.
Is it your mom who's usually cooking?
Yeah, my mom. Well, really, we all eat at my aunt's house. So my mom cooks some, my aunt cooks, my grandma cooks, and they all just bring it together for me to eat.
That's right. Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. Amiyah, we appreciate you for coming through and chopping it up with us. We got much love for you. We can't wait to keep up with you this season and beyond. Big fan of your game already, just from the little bit I've seen. We definitely want to extend an invite. We want to have you back on the show whenever you like to chop it up about anything you want basketball related. We'll be here. Any like final words, any final message, or something that you want to get off your chest, or that's just on your mind, on the tip of your brain? Give us something. Give us a final parting word.
Well, first I want to say thank y'all for having me, but then also keep an eye out for CSUN women's basketball, because we're coming. And if you don't know who Amiyah Ferguson is now, by the end of the season, you will.
That's what I'm talking about. That's what we.
Oh, Martin. No, we forgot to ask.
Get up
we always do this. We need to just put it on the show flow to ask. Amiyah, can you, if there was one thing you had to say to haters of women's basketball, what would that thing be? Like, what would you say to haters of women's basketball?
Play me 1v1.
See? That's why I can't hate women's basketball, because I get torched. I'd be touching all types of grass.
Marcus.
Look, bro, we've been over this, bro. I don't got it, bro. I sit on this side of the camera and I talk about it because I can't be on the other side of the camera doing it.
And we love and respect you for it, my brother. We really do. And we embrace you.
Hey, look, I appreciate the embrace, but yeah, boy, if Amiyah did to me what she did to them girls last night, boy, I just don't got it, bro. I'm sorry. Well, look, Amiyah, it was truly a pleasure having you on the show. As Martin said, you are more than welcome to come back anytime you want. Talk about yourself, talk about CSUN. We can talk about Michael B. Jordan. We can talk about the Clark sisters. Whatever you want to talk about, you can come here. We can talk about it. It was a pleasure to have you on. Thank you all who are watching for watching. If you are watching this not in real time, we appreciate you for coming back to watch. Please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to the Give Us a Shot Network. There's a lot of amazing things happening on the network all the time. And of course, for more Protect Our Queens content, please follow us on Instagram at @ProtectOurQueens_. And also, we do have Twitter. Make sure you follow us on Twitter at @POQueens_ as well. If I've said it once, I've said it 1,000 times. The Protect Our Queens podcast, it is not just a podcast. It's not just a show on YouTube. It is a movement. We truly, truly, truly love, care, appreciate, and respect the game of women's basketball. And if you don't like that, we got 2 words for you. So for Amiyah Ferguson, my guy Martin Sories, I am Marcus of the Protect Our Queens podcast, signing off. Thank you guys for watching. And as always, go watch some women's
Marcus, hold up. Let me do. Hey, finish this lyric, Amiyah.
Uh-oh.
If you see me and you trying to see what's up.